Hi, so this is the news for from Zimmer and Peacock for the week starting the 2nd of November 2020. Today is the 8th of November 2020, but we're just doing a sort of retrospect look at what ZP's been up to this week. So despite us being in the middle of a sort of COVID-19 pandemic, we have been able to kind of recruit some new people. And I think this is kind of important because obviously we want to be able to create scientific and engineering jobs and roles, even in this kind of economic turndown due to COVID-19. So it's nice that we were able to bring on a new recruit called Gregor this week. So we wanted to say thank you to Gregor for joining the team. It's also worth saying that we've got a very nice collaboration with one of our ZP Developer Zone collaborators. Now, Trypanosoma avanci is a little parasite, quite a nasty little parasite, and we've been working with our collaborator in Indonesia to try and think of biosensors and make biosensors for Trypanosoma avanci. So he was able to talk this week about that. So we really appreciate the collaboration and we appreciate the importance of doing this kind of biosensor. We've also just discussed from farm to cloud this week. So at ZP, it's worth saying that we have a really nice collaboration with JIC, where we're developing a nitrate sensor for continuous monitoring of nitrate in the soil. We do talk about this a fair amount. What makes ZP kind of interesting and different is that we've made the sensor module, which we can plant in the soil. We then have the data logger, so we can kind of grab the data. We then obviously have the data itself, and then we also have technologies for exporting the data to the cloud and analyzing it in the cloud, especially with our kind of platform like Julie. So at Zimmer and Peacock, we do think that it's really important to work on things like sensors for farming. There is going to be an increasing global population. There is going to be a problem with over-fertilization that then leads to effectively water pollution, let's say, in our water courses. So we're very passionate about this particular program, and it's really quite nice that, well, what makes us unusual is that we're actually able to make the sensor and through our workflows convert them into actionable information. So we just put that on the website this week. Some other news from Zimmer and Peacock for this week. We were also questioned quite deeply about the different types of parallel flow cells from Zimmer and Peacock. So Zimmer and Peacock, we're really good at developing biosensors, but we also have to develop the accessories for biosensors. So we do have quite good know-how and technology around flow cells. So we just put a photograph up this week of a flow cell, and if you've got any questions regarding Zimmer and Peacock and flow cell technology for biosensing, then please let us know about it. I also was asked this week about the pros and cons of screen printed electrodes, specifically the pros and cons of screen printed electrodes for amperometric sensing. And so we put a kind of little bit of a page up about that and ran through the pros and cons of screen printed electrodes for amperometric sensing. So if you're interested in that, that's something that we did put out there this week as a piece of news. Also, one of our collaborators in Indonesia really wanted to know about how to do what's called Anodic stripping voltammetry. This is a good technique if you want to detect heavy metals. And I think it sort of talks to ZP, that it's not always about the biosensing or sensing of analytes that have a really large market. There potentially is a large market for doing heavy metal detection, but the market tends to exist in countries where they have to sort of do deep well boring, and they're pulling water out from quite deep from quite deep shafts, and it might be full of arsenic. So it's not always in the sort of first world where these problems are. And at ZP, we're happy to try and help people with the development of those kind of technologies. So that was definitely something that we put a little video out on that this week, and we're happy to try and support our community with these kind of sensors. We've also this week we've put together a little box of glucose sensors. It's a generation 1 glucose sensor with a couple of calibration solutions. So this really plays it well with people who want to you want to develop a sensor for food or beverage or something like that, then ZP has a nice starter kit regarding that. We also have some more news, it seems, on nitrate sensing in the soil. So we just put up a new graphic for nitrate sensing in the soil. At Zimmer and Peacock, we are making a nitrate sensor for the continuous measurement of nitrate in the soil, and that also involves making the hardware, making the electronics talk to a data logger and transmitting the data to the cloud. So at ZP, we do try and work on sensors that are going to make a difference to the world, and nitrate monitoring in the soil will make a difference to feeding the world population. It also will make a difference to controlling the pollution in the environment. And then we also had some questions this week regarding our screen printed pH sensor. So we made a quick video and a bit of a web page about that. And so that if people are interested in screen printed electrodes, screen printed pH sensors, and they have some questions regarding that, then we do have a bit of a nice page about that. So as I say, it is the 8th of November today, but this was the news from Zimmer and Peacock for the week starting the 2nd of November. This goes out every week as a vlog and a podcast, and if you have any questions regarding Zimmer and Peacock, we'll be happy to answer them. Okay, thanks very much.